welcome. PIR. Tier 2. Oh, I nearly left there, oops. Tier 2. Round number 5. We're at Bahrain. And we are missing... These are your drivers, basically. So we're missing Anik Jawar. Not Anik Jawar. Arj Kajer. Arj Kajer in the Mercedes. We did set. We are readying up now, by the way. I don't know why some people haven't actually. So we look like we are readying up. There we go. Yeah, now we're readying up. Or some are. We're missing a few. This is quite frustrating actually because we do have reserves on the on who said they can. I actually haven't turned and jumped into a seat when they were called. That's frustrating. But we're missing we actually have no reserves tonight who are actually available. We have a few. Sea Chase didn't turn up, I don't think, in the Alpine. I have to check on that actually. I have to check. But we're here. We're Bahrain. Round number 6, sorry. And we are about to get a good going. So, about to get a good race going. I think, yeah, which should be good. So we're all excited for this interesting race because we have a few people, a really interesting title race actually happening. And yeah, I'll have a look again if that Alpine driver did turn, the Sea Chase did turn up for the race. I don't think he actually did, which is frustrating. Did he? Oh no, sorry, tell her. Dubsy's back. I completely forgot. Dubsy is in that seat. I forgot he was back racing. Sea Chase has not turned up. I think we've got the 17. So we've got We've got Arj Kajer, McLaren, not McLaren, Mercedes, Captain Bekovic, got Alonso, Alfa Romeo, and Ollie Flynn in the Haas tonight. So yeah, we should see some interesting things happening. Let me just get everything set up. Tyres. We did see last night, if you missed last night's, we'll have tyres on, because we did see in last night's some people doing some weird strategies. They're actually doing an intermediate lap and then going on the or a medium lap. And what's me going to try the inters, and Blaze Rapid, who's come into Williams actually. Both Red Bulls going out at the same time as you see there. He's actually come in as the last Williams driver has been released of his duties. What was it come down to? Let's have a look. So I actually don't know why it might have just left, I think, the server. But we are ready to get this qualifying session underway then. So they're the 3 we're missing tonight, as we have a good championship fight on our hands, as Mosmeek is actually the first one round, but his lap obviously will not be setting the world on fire, as he is on the intermediate tyres. And then we've got EA Server Sad in the Williams. Second place, I think they're going to be the first one round to set up for a lap, so we'll watch them quickly, as well. I just quickly get the championship up. They are 18th in the championship, but with 2 poles of 0 wins. So they haven't converted any of the poles, so they'll be hoping not to get a pole position today. The gap from the lead is Side takes the championship lead with a gap of 19.5 points from Chazza Plays, and that's Norris King. But we do have the reigning champion of Tier 2 from last season, Prodiigy, back with who I don't know, he's only driven 1 race this season, and has actually won it, but he's back this weekend. So maybe he will be back on form to take another win, we shall see. We have a big gap of cars, actually, really close together in the middle of the pack, as ES ever said, is on their lap. We have dropped from 4th to about 11th, separated by 13.5 points, which is actually really close. So that, again, is something to look out for as well. So, which should be interesting. ES ever said then, on the lap as Mosbegan gets out of the way, because he has been caught. But what will be the first lap time on the board then? And then straight round to Norris King in the only Hastonite, to see if he can beat the lap being set, which is going to be a 1 minute 28.5. And here's Norris King then coming across the line, and he is going to set a 29.5. So not a great lap from him, maybe a few mistakes in there. I think Alfie K is next round, a 30.5. And then it's going to be Coffee Machine on an intermediate lap to start. And then one of the Aston Martins being rushed in with a 31.4. And then the McLaren of Stealth Rex starting a lap. I think it is the championship, second in the championship, Chazza Plays is on a lap, and he is about to finish his lap, but I think it's going to be, it might not be good enough for pole, and it's not going to be good enough only for third with 29.7. So a really quick lap at the minute, 28.4 from EA Server Sad. Prodigy is a 29 flat, so that is a really interesting lap. 30.5 from Zone Vortex, and Anik JR 29.4. So 6/10 at the minute is the gap for the lead. Next round, I would have my money on Blade. No, not Blade. Probably the other Williams then. EA Server Side coming back to the pits, I'm going to say. Yep. So then it will be next round. It will be Side starting a lap. I think it's now coming to be the next to set a proper lap. I think that's Alfie K. Let's just double check. Yep. So it'll be next round will be Stealth Rex, teammate of Side in the McLaren. Also having a good season himself. Both McLarens doing really well, actually. I think I'm actually leading the Constructors' Championship as well. Across the line he comes. There's someone just set the lap. It was Coffee Machine on the intermediates. But a third place 20.3 for Stealth Rex. As now we're going to go to Throne Globe, who gets a purple middle sector then, of what I just saw. And that's his first lap happening. One of the Red Bulls is next. I think it's Prodigy coming round, and then one of the Aston Martins. Chazza Plays on a lap, but we're gonna have a look at it. Here we go quickly. Throne Globe sets a 29.6 for 6th place. Yep. So next, I would say any relevance is Side is next round. Let me just have a quick look at the Constructors' Championship, because I know that's really close as well. But there's some gap, 19.5 points for the lead of the Drivers' Championship, so that's not really massively cut out. But the Drivers, Constructors, sorry, McLaren lead Red Bull by 21.5 points aside. The Championship leader will come across the line then to set a second fastest 28.8, so that times are getting it's been that close to that 24.4 of EA Server Sad, but it is next round I think should be of any relevance Simon Def, then was it L Glasses, but he's on the medium tyre, so this really should not, and he's not using much ERS, so this shouldn't really set the world on fire. 24.5 points is Mercedes behind McLaren, and 26 points behind is Aston Martin. But then you get now from 5th to about 9th on the constructors, which is separated by 20 points. So that could all change really quickly. Alfa Romeo having the best seasons, bottom at the minute, only 61 points scored, 71 points behind the leaders, McLaren. But again, that's something to look out for. 21.5 points isn't that much, as in a weekend you can get a lot of points. I think it's 25 points. I have to double check quickly. 25 points for a win, as Simon Def has a 107.8 at the minute. Let me have a double check. I'm pretty sure it is 25 points and then it goes to 20. But Simon Def then will come across the line to set as one of the Red Bulls comes back out for a second run, I would guess. A 29.8. So he's on the 9th place, 29.8. As the next one is the McLaren coming into the pit lane, and I think that's the... is that Mosmegan? No. Who's that? Is that not, is going to change? It's not going to change, so... 25. You can easily get, I think it's 47 points in a weekend between the teams. Obviously 25 for the win, 24 seconds, 1 for the fastest lap and 1 for pole. So you never know, it could all change dramatically. But Mosmegan then, next round to come and set a lap as we get 9 minutes before the end of quali. It's a 29.6, so second place for Mosmegan. Time is starting to ramp up, and I think we could get a really close pole lap here from someone. Alfie K is next round and starting a lap, it looks like. So next should be Rush Chimp, who's just started a lap. And then it's the Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri, sorry, of El Glasses, not Romeo. Looks to me on a lap, but it's on a medium compound lap. And so it's a 30.7 to go 13th. And the next is the Red Bull of Zone Vortex, a starter lap. And he's gone on, looks to me like a pair of used tyres. So he's thinking maybe a bit more strategy than race. Strategy than qualifying, sorry. Because that is a pair of used tyres. 1 lap done on it, as you can see. Next up, Zone Vortex to cross the line and start one as well. And I think that is going to be is that Mr. Dub Z coming across the line? Yes, it is. Dub Z then slows down, and it looks to me like... I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I mean, it's only a 35.7. So that wasn't best lap. Next up is Coffee Machine. Is he on a lap or is he starting one? It looks to me like he's starting one. And then it would be... I'm trying to work out who's on laps and who's not, to be honest. I think that's EA Server's Sad starting on the provisional pole sitter. About to get another lap done. Alfie K goes 11th fastest, as we see there. Just improves a little bit more. Rush Chimp invalidated whatever lap it was, if it was a lap or not. I think that's Mosmegan coming into the pit lane. And Stealth Rex is starting one. So then it will be off to El Glasses, who should be coming into the pit lane now. Yep. And then we're going to go and see the Williams of Blade starting a lap. So next is Side, who's starting a lap. So then Zone Vortex has invalidated his lap. So we're going to go to Sonorius King in 7th place. What will his lap time be? He's 29.5 at the minute. He is 3rd in the championship. What will he be getting? And that is going to be an improvement of a 29.2. So it's really tight actually in that fight for that second row. Chazza plays next up across the line. Crosses the line and hits a 29.5. So not a massive improvement for the second of the championship. Bit of a shock at the minute. Dub Z then crosses down again. It's a 39.4. So I don't know what Dub Z is doing here. But Coffee Machine, 29.4. Best lap as EA Server's Sad improves again by another 10th and sets a 28.3 to try and beat. Then a 1 minute 28.3 is now the time to beat, and that should be getting really close actually, as Alfie Kent jumps into the pit lane. Stealth Rex is now next across the line, and then we're going to go to the Aston Martin of, I think it's Rush Chimp. quick to Rush Chimp. Yep, Rush Chimp it is. He's coming into the pit lane as well. So it should be Blade now. Or Blaze. I'm going to go Blade for now. Actually, I'll go Blaze. Blaze, what will his lap time be? 29.4. So again, that midfield is really tight. And now we're going to get everyone coming into the pit lane now. So Sonorous King is on an in-lap. Side, I think, is on an in-lap. Zone Vortex should be on an in-lap. And Coffee should be on an in-lap. That's everyone coming into the pit lane now. Oh no, tell us, Prodigy. Prodigy, 28.7. Goes up to 3rd place. The 3rd place for him. I think this should be where everyone comes in for their final stints. Dubsy finally is he chucking at the pit lane again? He's going slow on that pit. He goes really slow at the start, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe it's a glitch that won't let him in a pit lane. I do not know. So, I think we have about 3 minutes, 4 minutes to go of this qualifying session. Air server sat on provisional pole with a 28.3. Nearly 4 seconds quicker than Moz Megan in second, who's just coming out to start his final run. Prodigy is still trying to get back to the pit lane. Side is in the pit lane. It's actually going to be really tight for Prodigy to get one more in here. He's got 45 seconds to get into that pit box and change tyres. No, tell a lie. That's if he wants to do 2 runs. In case he messes up one, he's got a bit of time to do another one. Zone Vortex then to start his lap. Will he get a bit of traffic from that? We're going to go watch Zone Vortex's lap, actually. Will he get a bit of traffic from that outlapping stealth wreck? So you've got a few people coming on laps as well now, so you've got to keep an eye on that mini-map. But it is Zone Vortex then we're going to be watching to see what his lap looks like. No track limits on that turn 4, which is very easy to get track limits. 3/10 down on his first sector from his best lap so far. So he'll have a little bit of work to do if he wants to improve to get up that field a little bit more. As that McLaren gets out the way. Simon Def starting a lap. I think that's where people starting a lap now. So we will stick with Zone Vortex just to make sure. I don't think this is going to be set in the World of Light. And next, I think, should be... I'm going to say EO Server Sad. Or is that the... No, yeah, that's EO Server Sad on an out lap, I'm going to say. And then Throne Globe on an in lap or a hot lap. So we're going to go to Throne Globe quickly after this lap then. With... him coming into the pit lane, actually. So he does not want to finish that lap time then. So it is going to be Throne Globe next, who has invalidated his lap. So that would leave Rush Chimp, who's about to start his lap. And then his teammate Chazza Plays start his as well. So this is where it starts to get interesting. The final runs and the final chance to get that pole position or to improve. And I think it's coming here one for now for Alfie K. Will he finish his lap, or will he end up coming into the pit lane and calling it quits and being at 13th at best, which I think should really be where he's starting. I don't think anyone will improve on that. Nope, I don't think that was an improvement. It might have been an improvement, but it might have been a very slim improvement. Simon Def then to come across the line and go 7th fastest for him. So a really big improvement. I think it was about 10th. So he's shot right up into that top 7. It is Mr. Sonorous King who's about to start a lap now. I think there was a spin there for side or trying to get out of the way of people. Especially his teammate there, Stealth Rex, who's now coming to start his lap. A lot of people haven't decided to go again. Zone Vortex, Throne Globe, and Blaze have all not gone again. So they're best at 14th, 12th and 10th respectively. Stealth Rex then goes up to 5th fastest and heads the 3rd row. That should be Prodigy about to start a lap, and then that should be Anik Jaywar about to start one, and then that's Coffee about to start one. And I think that's Rush Chimp about to finish his lap. Will he get any improvement in there? He goes above Zone Vortex to 14th himself. Yeah, 14th himself. Let's think about them. Up to 14th goes Rush Chimp, and up to 7th goes Chazza Plays. So they're done. I think Dub Z is... Oh, that was Mosmegan, sorry. Mosmegan starting a lap. He just made the bleep. Alfie K is done. Someone else is just coming into the pit lane there, so they're done as well. El Glass is his next round, and he will go up to 13th himself. Coffee Machine's retired, so he's done. Simon Def isn't going to improve. He's going to get 8th at best. Dubsy, I don't know what's going on with him. He's just really confusing me. He's coming into the pit lane now. But will it be Sonorous King to get on that front 2 rows where he wants to be? No, it's 5th. He's going to head the 3rd row of the grid. I don't know who that was there. I apologise. But we're going to go to Stealth Rex. Can he get that 3rd place back off Sonorous King? No, he cannot. Prodigy then. 3rd at the minute. Can he get onto that front row or even challenge the pole time? Yes, he can. He's on that front row for now. And he will be on that front row because Mosmegan's done. Unless Side has anything to say about that. But he does not. So that is your front 2 rows set. I don't think Chazza Plays is either going to have a shot at sorting that out. Rush Chimp in 15th for the minute is going to finish as that. But again, that's not going to change much. And that's your grid, I think. So it's going to be Ace over Sad on pole again for their 3rd pole position of the season, of the 6 races. They have half of them. Prodigy on his return, 2nd place on the grid. He'll be happy with that. Mosmegan, great track for him, sets up in 3rd place with Side, our championship leader, in 4th. Sonorous King and Stealth Rex 5th and 6th. So, a McLaren sandwich for the only Haas driver today, with Chazza Plays in 7th and Simon Def in 8th. And at Jaywar, 9th, and Coffee Machine in 10th, round out the top 10 with Blaze. His debut race, I'm pretty sure. In 11th, Throwing Globe 12th, L Glasses, and Alfie K line up 13th and 14th. Then I couldn't see the back of the grid. I think it was something like Zone 14th with the 2 Alpha Tauris, then 15th Rush Chimp, 16th Zone Vortex, and 17th Dub Z. Top 3 in the championship are 4th, 5th, and 7th. So they're quite close together. And there's some other bit of people who can get close to them nearby. I think we can have a really good race here. If you didn't check out Tier 1's race yesterday, if you didn't check out the Tier 1 race yesterday, I would highly recommend you go and check it out. Probably one of the best races PR have had. Or definitely for Tier 1. I know Tier 2 have had some good ones, but definitely for Tier 1, especially this season. Definitely the best race this season, I would say. At the minute. I mean, it's hard to call if it's the best race PR have had at the minute for season 9. But it's definitely the best Tier 1 race we've had for season 9 so far. So, formation lap, which means we get a nice quick look at people's tyre choices. Because that is the most important thing we need to look at, tyre choices, to see where everyone has gone for. EA Server Sad has gone for the hard tyre. Are people going to go on this formation? Oh, there we go, finally, I was going to say. It's taking a bit of time to go. EA Server Sad has gone for the hard tyres with Side, Anik Jawar, Throne Globe, and L Glass and Dubsy all going for that tyre. Everyone else on the mediums. Oh, as EA Server Sad has actually spun on the formation up then. But we have a good race in our hands, a good Constructors' Championship battle, a good Drivers' Championship battle, a good everything battle. So I really do think we could get people fighting it out everywhere. I don't think we'll get any. I think, to be honest, this could get very interesting because you've got the championship contenders, such as the top three: Side, Chazza Plays, and Sonoris King, and you've got returning Prodigy, EA Server Sad, that's had the pace for pole position, but needs to get their act together race-wise because they've been hit a few times, but have also just had the race pace. So it should be very, 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 very interesting. I think one of the biggest shocks up there is Moz Megan in third. Yes, he was top 5 in the championship last year, but he's having a pretty wretched championship this year. I think he sat down in about... let me have a look. He sat... Moz Megan. He sat 9th in the championship in that battle for the mid-table. With getting 8 points per race. So that should be interesting. I think that EA Server Sad has got now their third pole position of the season. So yeah, they've got their third pole position of the season. Prodigy and EA Server Sad were both disqualified from the session. Was it because of the grid procedure? Was it because of a contact, or was it because they actually messed up their grid slot? I don't know. Zone Vortex was also disqualified, and Dubsy as well, as we are just waiting on Mr. L Glasses to get onto the back of the grid, and we are ready to start the Bahrain Grand Prix for Tier 2. Here we go then, as we get 5 red lights, a bit of a hold as we know because of from the commentary to the race. And it's lights out and away we go. Prodigy looks like he's going to get the best start then. Yes, he does, and takes the lead already. And there's going to be a bit of a scrap in the midfield. Prodigy looks like he's got the best pass. I've got a really poor camera angle. Moz Megan and EA Server Sad. The pole sitter has gone round again. They've had no luck whatsoever this season, and they've gone around again. Blaze has got a really good start up there from the midfield to a podium place. Not a great start from EA Server Sad. Prodigy leads. Side and Blaze are together on the second and third. A bit of a hectic start as we see Zone Vortex has spun on the exit of turn 4. So that's not great, but there's a really big battle going in towards turn 8 and then towards turn 9 and 10. But Blaze has actually got past Side for that thing for second place, but we're going to stick with this battle for turn 10. So it could be contact or a mistake coming from anyone. It's going to be really interesting to see what Moz Megan and EA Server Sad can do, because that was a very interesting start into turn 1. As Moz Megan has now got past Anik Jawar, 2 of the top 5 contenders, top 5 ended up in the last season, are going side by side together, and that's a bit of a lunge from Rush Chimp, going up the inside of someone there. Someone's gone massively wide. There's a yellow flag at the top of the hill. It's EA Server Sad again spinning and dropping down to 16th. Moz Megan and Anik J are still side by side together down the straight. Prodigy with the fastest lap expected as they are. It's only on the first lap. But side by side, what will it be? Inside for Anik J, outside for Moz Megan. On the brakes, who's got the better braking? Whoa! L Glass is going a bit deep as well on Throne Globe. 5-second penalty zone vortex speeding in the pit lane. That I would assume is going to be a wing change. And him having a pretty wretched race, hoping for a safety car to bunch back up, which to be honest could be highly probable, as we have had a few spins, but we shall see. Obviously yesterday's tier 1 race, not to spoil anything, nothing happened as Moz Megan has spun going down into the S section. We had a few people spinning there yesterday as well. But we are halfway through the second lap then. Alfie K already picking up a multiple warnings penalty. That is going to be really difficult not to pick up loads of them for the rest of the race. As someone has spun, it's Blaze. Blaze has spun going up the hill towards turn 11. He was sitting in a P3. It looked like it was him because I could see him dropping down the order, and it is him. Has he picked up wing damage from it? I can't see any that's easy to spot, but not good for Blaze on his first race. We're dropping down the field then, as the Williams pair have had a pretty action-packed incident, shall we say, first few laps, as now Blaze is trying to get back on good terms and starting to get back on his comeback drive to get past Dub Z is one way to do it, and he's going to go down the inside of turn 1. Can he get it stopped? Can it be clean? Yes, it can. A nice fair move down the inside. Medium tyres with hard tyres, but a very nice move indeed for Blaze on his recovery drive. So, we're going to stick with this kind of train of cars for second, it looks like. Prodigy is really going at it on this first stint. Almost 5.5 seconds, or is 5.5 seconds now from the lead. His gap, and that's only in 3 laps. As Chazza Plays has now got past Dubsy. Chazza Plays has added a bit of a quiet one as well. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he just got caught up in some of the incidents. But he is our, I think, 2nd or 3rd place runner in the championship, as the Alpine's now stopping. Mosmegan getting past Dub Z. I can't remember if he's 2nd or 3rd in the championship. One of the two. I think he's 2nd. And then Soros King is in 3rd. But again, not a great race for Chazza Plays. 2nd one in the row, especially his side is in 2nd. And Soros King in 6th. So maybe Chazza Plays might be dropping into the clutches of that battle for 4th soon, as we're getting this DRS. But it might be a big DRS train here, but maybe not, because Stealth Rex is going for a move on Coffee Machine. Coffee Machine with the inside line. Can he keep the place? Maybe not. Who's going to get the DRS? Simon Def has actually got a DRS on side, so maybe a move might be coming there. It looks like it is. Simon Def trying around the outside at turn 4. Will it be a move for 2nd place? No. And then looks like Coffee Machine is defended well from Sonoris King as well. There's a yellow flag at the back. It looks to be like it's here service ad, as they have left the session. I don't know what's going on there. I think they've just decided to leave. Oh, and there's a spin for Rushchib, and it looks like he may have accidentally collected Alfie K as well. Not good for those two. The two mates spinning off together. It looked like it was either... Oh, now Glasses has gone as well. I think somewhere at turn 10. Yes, he has, and he's got a penalty for corner cutting. So both the Alpha Tauris have had an issue on this lap. As obviously EA Server Sad in the Williams has now left, so unless they can get an invite back of someone, they shall be sitting on no points, because they have not got past the 50% race distance to be getting points, as we say. One of the new rules that we've kicked in to stop people going AI for the whole race. If you don't go in AI, if you go in AI, if you get past 50%, you go in AI, that's okay. If you disconnect and just can't join back, that's okay. Oh, as we get a move here, Simon Def, go back to that in a minute. Simon Def going for a move at turn 1 on the inside of side. Can't get it done. There's a move for Chazza Plays and Blaze, who are scrapping it out in the background there. But we're going to stick with this battle for P2. Simon Def round the outside of turn 4. Gets the move done even before the braking zone. That's a good move for him, bringing up into P2. He was in the middle of a McLaren sandwich there. What I was saying, was, excuse me, was, yeah. So if you disconnect, that's fine. We will invite you back, and so on. I don't have ES server sad on my list, so I can't invite them back. Oh, I can actually. I might do that in a minute. But side Rex has gone for a move on side. Swap of positions there for the two McLaren drivers. And is Coffee going to have a move into 11? No. Let me see if I can invite EA server sad back then quickly. They didn't join last week when I invited them back. Oh, maybe Side and Coffee are going to have a little scrap there when I was missing that. My bad. They didn't join back last week, so I would assume they're not going to join back this week again. But it's always good to invite them back as Prodigy sets another faster lap, 31.6. Whilst being here, some has a plays. And now we're going down to the run down to turn 1 with this bit of a DRS train here. As Simon Def looked like he was going for a very no glasses now after the session as well. So I'll have to invite him back in a minute. As it looks like, turn 4 is the place to go overtaking in this group. So Simon Def trying to break the toe massively again like he did on the straight. It's worked for him. Is that Sonoris King going for a move on Coffee? No, it was just a look. It looked like. L glasses then. Can I quickly get him invited and joined back? Here we go. Treasure Plays has gone for a move on Mosmegan there. Or Mosmegan's gone for a move on Treasure Plays wide away. That's a change of position. And not good for one of the top 3 contenders of the championship. Sat 11th. As I keep on saying it. With the others sat 4th and 6th. With some of the midfield runners coming into clutch at the minute. And this is a really good first stint. There's a yellow flag in the midfield there. I think it could... I'm not too sure who it was. This is an amazing first stint from Prodigy, and after 6 laps, a 10-second lead is what we're looking at. So, really, I think it's only going to be a safety car to halt his progress at the minute. And to be honest, I'm guessing maybe if one is going to happen at the minute, it's going to be one of these guys in this battle for second place to have a collision, or a couple of these guys have collisions and take each other out, or a little crash there. As one of the quiet drivers at the minute, maybe he's going for a bit more of an end of the race push. It's the Coffee Machine. 8, 6, 32, 60 and 13 is the ERS usage for that lot. So clearly Coffee Machine with that 60 he's one of the drivers that I've got a good eye on at saving the ERS. And he looks like he's not the best. That's Zone Vortex, but he is the best in that top 10 with ERS usage use. He's a very good saver of that ERS. And one of the top 5 drivers of the championship last season. Obviously, those top 5 being Prodigy, who won it. Coffee Machine, Anik JR, Sonoris King, and Mosmegan was your top 5 last year. Oh, a switch of places for the McLaren drivers. Is that a strategical one? Or is that an actual overtake from from side that kind of says, I can't get past Simon Def at the minute. Different strategies. I will let you try and push on and get him. Either way, it's kind of now looks like Coffee Machine is starting to get onto the back of Stealth Rex and try and go for a move. And Sonoris King as well is almost on the back of Coffee. So that could start getting very interesting. Simon Def probably going to have to try and defend maybe at turn 4 from side. But nothing in that battle. There's kind of, it looks like there's kind of 2 groups at the minute. Oh, maybe there's a move going. It looked like he wasn't going to go for it. And then he's gone for it. Sonoris King trying to get past Coffee. Can't get it done. Maybe he can. There's contact. Round goes Coffee. You knew it was going to come. Round he goes. Spinning off. And he's going to drop down to 9th, 10th, 11th place on the rejoin. Again, another set of 2 mates. There's going to be some words after this race between the 2 of them, surely. Not happy with that, I don't think, would Coffee be. Obviously. Oh, a bit of contact there as well, maybe. Rush Chimp and Alfie K are having a little battle here. going at it with each other. But that kind of has now dropped him off the back, and that has come from a 5-car group has now gone to a 3-car group as Blaze has spun again, same place as last time. And he's going to drop down. I don't think it's going to be causing a safety car of any means. It's going to drop down to 13th place on the rejoin. I don't think it's going to cause a safety car, so that should be fine. Simon Def again trying that strategy to defend the inside line massively as Blaze has spun again actually at turn 13, I think that is. And now he'll be on the clutches of Rush Chimp and Alfie K as Rush Chimp actually got past him now from that spin. But we're going to have a really close battle here coming into turn 4. Simon Def defending the inside line. Stealth Rex having to go the going the long way around if he's going to make a move. Will he get it done? Simon Def goes a little bit wide. No, Blaze is coming to the pit lane. I think he may have picked up some wing damage there, because none of the front runners on the medium tyres having to come in just yet. Sorry. So it's now gone from a 5-car group to a 3-car group. This battle for second. Prodigy is now nearly 12 seconds up the road, or is 12 seconds up the road from these other drivers. As I think Blaze is actually close to being lapped by Prodigy. That's how big. Oh, no, that's Vortex. Wrong Red Bull. Alfie K gets back past Rush Chip again. So those two are having a good little scrap, and that was down at turn 11. But Rush Chip has got back passed through on the exit of turn 11. And Alfie K, they're still going side by side. We're going to quickly turn to that. I tell you, that is that turn 11? No, that's turn 10. I thought they were a bit further up the field. Not further up the field, but further on track than that. So they'll be scrapping it out. And they're going round the outside there. Alfie K trying. Goes a bit wide. And nothing for now comes of it. Back to this battle for seconds. And it's going to get really heated, I think, now. Because he's hit 0% on that straight. ERS usage for Simon Def. With 33 for side. With the DRS. Maybe a bit of ERS to try. He's got to get it done around the outside here at turn 4 this time. Round the outside goes the championship leader. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. Up to P2 goes side. And into the McLaren sandwich goes Simon Def. And now he's got basically 12.5 seconds to try and catch on Prodigy. Obviously different strategies, so it might work out later safety car if Prodigy pits before. Multiple warnings, Rush Chimp, penalty. And they're still going at it, these two. I know it's only for 13th place, but they're putting a good show. But we're going to quickly go back, and that's Simon, looked like he went wide at 10, which leapt through Stealth Rex. That's now third and fourth for the two McLaren drivers, second and third for the two McLaren drivers, holding up the podium at the minute. So that is a very good drive for those two McLaren drivers. A double podium at the minute, but we're not even half race distance yet, and surely those medium tyre runners should realistically be coming into the pit lane in the next few laps to change their tyres, especially as Bahrain is one of those circuits that tyre wear is very, 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 very critical on. Especially in the soft tyres. I don't think we're going to be using them unless we see a safety car right at the end of the race. We're going to go quickly to this. Oh, Chazza plays into the pit lane, speeding. So he's done after 10 laps. 5 seconds in the pit lane. He's done after 10 laps. He comes in now to quickly change of tyres and go into the hards. So 10 laps for him. So Vortex has currently done. Oh, was that a swap of McLarens? Yes, it was. It was a swap of McLarens there. As Rush Chip also comes in at 10 laps on his medium tyre. So a swap of positions between the two McLaren drivers. Again, it may be strategical. Different tyres. And maybe it was definitely. Oh, a bit wide again there for side. Luckily, he's going to get DRS to try and defend from Simon going into 11. But if he didn't get DRS, I think Simon will be going for that move down at turn 11 to try and get back in that McLaren sandwich. Because obviously the curbs there at turn 10 are very, 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 very tight. Not tight. They're very difficult to brake on. If you touch that curb and hit the brakes on that curb, you're not going to get stopped. You're going to go straight on a little bit, and then you're going to be joining losing places. In all of this, Sonoris King is actually coming back onto this group again to make it a 4-car group in the minute. And is that someone coming into the pits, or is it yes, it is. It is. Stealth Rex has done 11 laps on those medium tyres. It's coming into the pit lane then. Be very interesting to see where he will come out in all of this. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 2, it looks like it's going to be Cheza Plays. His coffee machine comes in as well. So him and Stealth Rex have come into the pit lane together. And it looks like Stealth Rex should be coming out 10th. But there it is. I caught it somewhere. It's Dubzy. Dubzy coming out of the turn 3 has lost his place to... There's one as well. I think at Zone Vortex. Yeah, so 2 quick yellow flags there. I think Zone Vortex may have been battling Blaze. I can't confirm that or deny that. Alfie K comes into the pit lane as well. So a few pit stop runners that lap. Will we see the race leader come in this lap or the next lap or a few laps later? And will we see Simon Def and Sonoris King come in as well? And maybe Moz Megan. They're the only medium tyre runners left. Everyone else should be on the hards. So then we can have the pitted thing on in a minute. As Blaze gets past Rush Chimp in that battle for in that little overtake for 14th. Looks to me like it was done down at turn 4. They're still side by side actually, and Rush Chimp has actually got past. Back past again. Blaze, not this lap for Simon Def, but this lap for Sonoris King. So it should be very close to see where... It should be very interesting to see where he comes out as we just see El Glasses disconnecting again. El Glasses. Not a great race for him. 2 disconnects already. Quick invite for him. Blaze 3-second multiple warnings. So how far out? So it should be an overtake there for Stealth Rex. We shouldn't really lose. He's actually caught once the... it's kind of stayed the same distance as it was before the pit stops. So it's just Moz Megan, yellow flag, and it is one of the Alpha Tauris. Alfie K spinning at turn... Just on the, I think that's 12 or 13. There. As we hit... So yeah. Let me just... We know it's just Moz Megan and... As Moz Megan actually gets past their own globe at turn 11 there. For 5th place. We're going to do a stop. There you go. So we just noticed Moz Megan and Simon Def left on the medium tyres. Everybody else has made a stop. Everyone else is on the hard tyres or have made a stop, as you can see by the graphic. I would assume it should be Simon Def in this lap. No. Actually, sorry, Prodigy as well. Prodigy, Simon Def, and Moz Megan. Let me just double check that. Prodigy, Chaz plays penalty from... Yep. Those 3 are left. Prodigy, Simon Def, Moz Megan are your 3 medium tyre runners left. They should be coming in very soon. But as you can see, these are the stopped runners. It should be interesting to see where Simon Def comes out in relation to Zone Vortex and Stealth Rex. Not Zone Vortex, Sonoris King and Stealth Rex. I don't know why I said Zone Vortex there. That's bizarre of me. But I would say Prodigy should come out near enough the race lead. He's got a 15.5 second gap to the 2-second place of side. So a pretty dominant race at the minute for Prodigy. But we have a long way to go, and if there's a safety car of any sort, actually maybe not a VSC, if we get a safety car, that's going to turn the race on its head completely. So that should be interesting. I don't know where the safety car is going to come out from though. I mean, it could come out from a spin, just a bizarre spin from someone, as the race leader is in. Prodigy is in now. I would assume Simon Def is losing a bit of time here to side, so I would assume he should be in as well this lap. Yes, he is. So we've got to keep an eye on him to where others are coming out on track. As now Side will take the race lead, and JR should take second, and maybe Throne Globe will take third. No, he will not. So all of them in now. All the medium tyres are in now. Mosmegan in as well. So it's just the hard tyre runners. Where will Simon Def come out in terms of Stealth Rex and Sonorius King? So he will not be jumping Stealth Rex, and he's come out ahead of Sonorius King as well. So that's basically as you were, shall we say, because now Side is in the lead, yet to stop on the hard tyres. We get a yellow flag, and it is Sun Vortex in the Red Bull spinning. So 16th at the minute for him, spinning. But all to play for still, if we can get that chance of a safety car. Not to spoil the results, but shall we say there was not any type of safety car, a full or a VSC, in last night's race. So it'd be amazing if we do not pick a single safety car up in a weekend for both tiers. That'd be amazing. As Simon Def is actually going for a move now on Zone Vortex. Or tell you, Zone Vortex is going for a move on Simon Def at turn 11, or it looked like he was. But has backed out of that move and decided against it. Or an outbreaking there of Simon Def. So I think maybe Zone Vortex might try and attack. Zone Vortex, I need to stop saying that. Sonorius King might attack him during the first corner. Throne Globe comes into the pit lane then on the hard tyres. So the first of the hard tyre, or not the first of the hard tyre runners, but one of the hard tyre runners coming in then who haven't had any problems. What will it be, a move at turn 1 for Sonorius King with the DRS? No. Throne Globe is coming at the pit lane now, and he's just going to come out ahead of his teammate Coffee Machine in that P10. Or I'll tell you, Coffee Machine's actually got past Throne Globe for P10 now. Sonorius King then, I thought he was going to have a go for a move here at the final corner, in the first corner. Sonorius King, but clearly he did not. So that was a bit disappointing from him. I thought he was going to have a go. He might have a go here into the right hand. No, he will not. He might take one at turn 10 then. Will it be at turn 10? No. Will it be a mistake at turn 10 for anyone? No. OVWZ in that as well. He's half a second off Sonorius King, but obviously he... Oh, someone's gone deep then. It's the Coffee Machine gone deep at 10, it looked like. OVWZ is half a second off, but he is not in range because he's yet to stop. As Side and Anik Jawa come into the pit lane for their stops on the hard tyres, so Prodigy will take the lead back over them. As now we've got to keep an eye on Side actually. Where will Side come out in terms of Stealth Rex and Co? Maybe not Co, but definitely Stealth Rex ahead. Ahead of Stealth Rex. A bit deep there. Maybe Stealth Rex might have a go at his teammate into turn 4, which should be a bit interesting. Will they be clean together, or will there be team orders? No, he's just going to sit behind Side there as Stealth Rex. I thought maybe they're more... Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he's going to sit behind Side. I thought maybe they're going to have a little bit of a scrap at turn 4, but clearly Stealth Rex has decided he wants to stay there and don't challenge for any type of move on his teammate. Except Stealth Rex looks a bit racy. Teo, TP of McLaren might get a bit nervous of watching this here, because both his drivers look like they're going to get a double podium this week. But they are very close together, and Stealth Rex looks a bit racy then, but he's just backed off a little bit, but maybe into turn 1. But about the same amount of VRS, maybe into turn 1 there might be a move, or maybe at turn 4, so we've got to keep an eye on that. We've also got to keep an eye on Simon Def and Sonorius King. in there. And the 2 Ferraris as well. Talking of the 2 Ferraris, it looked like that was just a routine swap of places. El Glass has come into the pit lane then. And Dubsy as well. So everybody has made their stops. Alfie K, multiple warnings. He's at the back of the pack. Sonorius King then has dropped off Simon Def a little bit. And Stealth Rex has dropped offside a little bit. So you could chill out with them. And there was a swap of places between the 2 Ferraris to let Throne Globe through to try and catch Mosmegan. We are looking at about just 11 laps to go. 11 laps to go then. With a 17-second lead for Prodigy in this race. And a few little battles on track. But it has all remained a little bit quiet. All a little bit quiet. Of a bit of quiet of the lead, but there is quiet on the battles on track, and there's a spinner, and I think that is Dub Z. Yes, it is, coming down the hill after turn 4 after his pit stop, so he drops down to 13th place then for him. Yeah, I don't know what to say at the minute because it's a bit quieter because Stealth Rex has actually lost side completely, or side has gapped him completely. And if J was actually come into this a little bit on the faster, quicker tyres, then he's coming into this a little bit here. 6th place at the minute. He could end up being P4 in the next few laps if he can dispatch of Sonorius King and Simon Def. So that should be interesting. Throne Globe is catching Mosmegan as well. He's nearly gained a second on him. Nearly. Since I last checked on the overtake of the swap positions of the 2 Ferraris. But this is where you want to be looking at the minute. Because it doesn't look like Ozone Vortex is in again for his second stop. I was going to say Alpha K got past him, but second stop for him. He's actually very close range of actually getting lapped by Prodigy, and he might get lapped actually now. We're just going to watch him cross the line quickly because there should be no overtakes. Yeah, that's going to be a lapping for Zone Vortex. So that basically means his race is pretty much ruined. To be honest, even if there's a safety car now, it's not going to help because you can't unlap yourself. So he's just going to be sat there. Just really with a last place. If he carries on, he'll get points. He might try and nick that fastest lap off. I do believe it's Prodigy actually. In a minute, so maybe he might not try and nick that fastest lap because Prodigy's got it and that's his teammate. So it'll just be a swap of a point really off Prodigy and to him. Still nothing really happening with that 4th place battle, as most planes positions gained is equal for 4, with 3 drivers being Simon Def, Round Globe and Dub Z. Most places lost 14 A service but they're obviously there in AI at the minute. So it's 4 being Mosmegan. 4 seems like the magic number at the minute, so Simon Def, maybe you can hold on to that 4th place. Who knows? But we're going to get some, maybe an overtake here from... No, he's just too far back, I'm going to say. I was going to say maybe an overtake coming the way of... Sonorius King. We're not going to look at penalties just yet, excuse me. Because there's not many out there. The only real major one at the front in the top 6 is Alec Jaywar, who looks like he's going to get real racy in a minute with this battle for P4 to try and gap. Either try and... Oh, he's going to go for a move here at the final corner of Sonorius King. Can he get it stopped? He's going to compromise his exit a little bit. We don't normally see a move for the last corner, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to have a drag race with both having DRS to the first corner. And actually, I think Anik JR, even with the compromised exit, has got that move pretty much done. So now he'll try and basically try and attack Simon Death, see if he can get past him, and then try and either hope the two behind him pick up a penalty themselves, or he can gap them to get that P4. And another very impressive race for him as well, as he now joins the Up 4 club as well. But very impressive at the minute for Anik Jawar as we hit lap 21 then. This is where you want to be at the minute, watching this battle. Oh! Anik Jawar, great save at turn 10 there. Looked like he was going to lose the rear, spin it around, and managed to save it. He's now lost a lot of time to Snorius King, and it's going to help Simon Death as well get away from them. But that's going to lose him a lot of time. And Mos Megan is now starting to catch back up to this lot. And maybe we might see a three-way battle for 5th. Because at the minute, it's kind now that Anik Jawar spun a little bit, it's kind of helping Simon Death get away. And, Simon Death get away and gap them to keep the place. You can see in the bottom, on the side of the left there, that Rush Chib and A7 Sad keep swapping places. I'm not watching that only on the basis that A7 Sad is AI. It'd be a lovely battle to watch, but they're AI. So, and they've been AI for quite a while, so that'll be 50% of the race gone. So they will be not scoring any points this weekend either. And at Jawar, good defence there from Snorius King. Good drive out turn 3. Won't be attacking Snorius King at 4. Still nothing safety car wise. Aside, looks like he's going to extend his championship lead a lot more here. And I can see it. Teo, who's actually watching this, I think he's actually hosting this race tonight. He's actually talking to the two on the chat to try and give him some advice. And he got, as I saw, he just got very, 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 very nervy of them being so close, but they've kind of now separated to about 5 tenths. Not 5 tenths, 5 seconds. Why do I think that was 5 tenths? I'm on a bit of a crazy one here tonight. But we're back again then, on lap 23, with this battle for 4th again, which is coming back to the battle for 4th. With Coffee Machine now coming in for his, I think that's his 2nd stop of the race. On the hard tyres, I was thinking he could go to the end of those hard tyres, unless, he's done 11 laps on them, so maybe he does need to come in again and quickly change those tyres. So not a great, obviously couldn't really do much about that spin. I don't know what would come of it, whose fault it was or anything, but yes. I'm going to do some quick maths because there's nothing. I'm going to keep an eye on it. EA Server Sad and Russia are still going at each other. One's AI and one's not, unless EA Server Sad has come off AI, but no, they are still in AI. And there is someone going off, actually. It's Mos Megan. Mos Megan has gone off, and there's a safety car. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Prodigy is coming into the pits. Teo isn't happy with that. There is a safety car. I thought we were going to have both races with no safety car, but we do. Into the pits comes Prodigy. Into the pits comes Side. Into the pits comes Stealth Rex for a double stack at McLaren. Into the pits comes Simon Death. Sonorous King, 5 seconds spin in the pit lane. Anik Jawar, Throne Globe, all into the pit lane as well. Will Mos Megan come as well? Yes, it is. Side has gone soft tyres. Wow. I think the McLarens have gone soft tyres. They have. They really want this race win here. We're going to quickly check what tyres people have gone for. L Glasses has stayed out. He wants track position. Has Prodigy messed this up on the medium tyres? Because a lot of people have gone softs in that front group. Obviously, soft tyres wear a lot really quickly. It's going to take a few laps for everybody to bunch up. Zone Vortex there. He's going to help. Or is he going to unlap himself? Is he going to what's he doing here? I think he was thinking about unlapping himself. But obviously, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So that's frustrating. He's just going to have to sit there. Behind Prodigy. It's going to help him, Prodigy, actually, trying to defend from the faster not the faster L Glasses, but the faster soft tyres. This should get very interesting. That's going to get very interesting. So this could get interesting then. And to play in mind penalties as well. Those penalty runners, that safety car, is really hindered them on their progress. 3 for L Glasses, 5 for Sonorius for that speed in the pit lane. Maybe it was a push, maybe it was an actual speed in the pit lane, we don't know. Blaze 3, Dubsy 3, Alpha K 6, Chaz Plays 3, and Rush Chimp 6 as well, with Zone Vortex at the back of the pack. At the back of the pack, none, but he's been lapped, so he should just realistically sit there behind. Sit behind Prodigy. Did Side get past L Glasses there? That's going to be interesting. I don't know. That's going to be interesting though. Obviously, no overtaking to the safety car line, so that's going to help. That's the good news for. The only good news in this for Prodigy is that Side cannot pass Zone Vortex until that safety car line. That's interesting. Zone Vortex is now let past Side to try and overtake Prodigy. Right, we're back on comms. I was just checking something. Dubsy, Rush Chimp, severe collision 5 seconds for Rush Chimp, brings him up to 11 now. That should be interesting. But I think we're going to get safety car in this lap. So we're going to get 3 racing laps then. 27, 28, 29. 3 laps for side to pass Prodigy. And on that final lap, we're going to get DRS as well. That... if you see... Oh, Simon Death, 5 seconds. It's because you're stealth wreck. So that's not good for him. If you don't know, if you haven't been... This is your first race of us. If you don't know... TPs and stuff. Myself, I am Red Bull TP. So yeah, that's not great. So I was hoping Zone Vortex would stay in Prodigy, behind Prodigy and not behind Side. So then he can kind of keep ahead of. So then Prodigy can get a good exit out of the final corner and go. Zone Vortex left there, so I just invited him quickly. But Setsukara is in this lap, by the way. I forgot. I don't think I said. I may have said that. Going through turn 11. When is Prodigy going to go? He's going to go late as possible, and he's gone. Right. Here we go then. 3 racing laps to find the winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It was a bit of a dead race so far, but we are looking at a pretty interesting one now. What is going to happen in that midfield? Is there any going to be overtakes into turn 1? Yes, there is. Throne Globe is going to try and move on Simon Death. Is there contact? Simon Death has gone off massively. I think there was collision with someone. I think someone hit him on the way through. Simon Death drops down to the back of the grid. Sonoris King is losing some places in there. Prodigy has kept the race lead. And it's all okay in the top 4 as you were. Coffee Machine and Moz Meekness has something happen to them in that midfield as well. Anik J was now going for a move and Throne Globe at turn down the hill and gets that move for 5th place. So 5th place is the major battle at the minute, but we're going to stick with this battle for the lead because the faster tyres of Side versus the older, not the older tyres, but the faster tyres of Side versus the other tyres of the mediums of Prodigy. The driver that's led every single lap this race versus the championship leader. Who is going to take the race win? I think Side's going to try and stay before the final lap to try and put a push up Prodigy if he could keep in that 1 second. That's what I think is going to happen. Maybe Side might have a go into turn 1/turn 4 this lap, but he's going to try his best to keep that where it is. Prodigy sets the fastest lap, 30.9. That is a new fastest lap as well for the extra point. Chazza is trying to get back up the field a little bit. Same with Simon Death. I think Coffee Machine and Moz Megan have got a lot of work to do, but there is a lot of penalties in that midfield. A lot of overtakes, and one of them is for 3rd place. Stealth Rex as Coffee Machine's retired in the pit lane. No points for him. No points for the Ferrari driver. And our first retirement of the weekend in both tiers. Oh, my voice. Not my voice, my throat. Blaze gets past Throne Globe, but Throne Globe with those penalties should get back past at the minute. Nothing happening for that lead. It's just being gapped and gapped and gapped. Not overtake, 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 or attack, attack, attack. First one, that was Coffee Machine coming back out the pit lane then. As we are about to start the final lap of this race. With 1 lap to go, or about to be 1 lap to go. Prodigy, unless a mistake comes, may have this one in the bag. Because obviously there's no DRS until turn 4. And that's really the only DRS zone, except from turn 11. But turn 11 is a very bold overtaking manoeuvre. It's got to be done right and got to be done fairly. 30.2 fastest lap again, Prodigy, with DRS being enabled this lap. So I'm not going to stick with that for the league because he's gapping pretty much quickly. So we're going to go to this middle part of the field with Simon Death and Rush Chimp now side by side into turn 1. A move done there. Moz Megan gets past Alfie K as well. Obviously penalties, Moz Megan will be shooting back up a few places for him. But Rush Chimp now under pressure from Moz Megan. Contact, nearly spinning, both of them round, but a good save from both the two drivers, as Prodigy now is about to come into the last sector in a minute to win this race pretty comfortably, and it's held well from the restart. And then really it's going to be, I think, it's going to be down to penalties and see who's going to be where with them, as Alfie K gets past Mosmegan at turn... not Mosmegan. Yeah, Mosmegan. Alfie K gets past Mosmegan at turn 10. Good move for him. Nothing to be done at turn 11 as we're going to go to the race leader. Prodigy is about to come around the final corner. And it's going to be a win. He's only done 2 races this season. And he's going to win both of them. Prodigy comes across the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Side will come home second. The championship leader will extend his lead. And a double podium. No, not a double podium. Anik J will get 3rd. Brown Globe will get 4th. El Glass is 5th. And Stelfrex 6th. Disappointing race for the penalties for him. Dubsy 7th. I completely can't read those. The end of the top 10. But a good race, and 2 good races all around for both of the tiers this weekend. With some good battles and good overtakes. So yeah. Top 8th downwards was Blaze. Chazza plays in 9th, so he's going to lose a bit more ground on the championship fight. Soros King 10th. Then Mosmegan 11th. He's going to lose a bit more as well on that championship. So a very good weekend for Side as he now extends his lead probably over the 26 championship points, 27 championship points in a race weekend. Mosmegan 11th, EA7 Sad 12th, Simon Def 13th with Alfie Kent 14th, Russian 15th, 16th Zone Vortex, and our one and only DNF was Coffee Machine, who retired after, I think, just losing it. But yeah, that was good. Good race. Another good race. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We are now going... We're not going on a one... We're going on a 1 week break for Tier 1. They're done. 1 week break. Season break. We've now hit mid-season for them. Next weekend is the French Grand Prix for Tier 2. As that had glitches in it. So that one's back for this week, next weekend. So I'll be back on comments for that. But there'll be no Tier 1 on Friday night because that is now on the mid-season break. And we hope to see you then next week. Same time again of 8 o'clock. For round number 7 to get the halfway through the season of Tier 2 around France. We shall see you then.